You're not a feminist. Well, that's cute. Do you know what the leading cause of death for women aged between 18 to 44 is? Just take a guess. Put it in the comments. It's a man killing you. So.
What's this?
Question. What is white people's talent? You know how black people are.
I'll leave it at that. 1 second. Black people's talent of what? Having the most abortions? Unalive each other the most? Let's just stop this race Olympics. Because if we want to keep it consistent, you can't bitch when white people remind you what was, what I'm saying, what was going on, or violate you to the same degree. You can't have your cake and eat it too. If you want to be racist, accept it back. Either we all do it or none of us do it. Stop this.
They say black people are athletic. What are white people good at?
They do understand. White people were 100 years more technologically advanced than us. You understand that? That's how it occurred. Because if they weren't better, how would it happen? How would it even have happened if they weren't more advanced?
If you take away money and
Oh, okay, so they have to do that. Okay, now it's making more sense. Let's play that Olympic game real quick. What would black people have done if they didn't come to America? Let's remove slavery. What would they have done? That's the question.
cultures that they've stolen from, what are they good at?
Let's just stop this Olympics. What's this?
Am I original?
Yeah.
Am I the only one? Am I sexual?
Hold on, I wasn't reading it, my bad.
Am I sexual? Am I everything you need? You better
Aren't these the same people that are fighting for DEI?
rock your body now. Everybody.
Let's say, right, hypothetically speaking, of course, they do vote someone in because they're white. What would be the problem with that? Do black people don't do the same thing? They actively only vote a person because they're black. If we're being realistic with ourselves, Trump won because Kamala was fucking shit. I'm sorry to break it to you. She was beyond shit. Argue with the wall. What's this?
The amount of white people that dare to tell me that there is no reason for white people to feel guilty because they weren't directly involved with slavery, when every single one of them, especially the ones who dare to comment some dumbass shit that on my posts, just proves how racist you actually.
Once again, let me explain to you how retarded this point is. Why are we acting like people didn't actively fight against slavery? Do they think Abraham Lincoln was on the front lines alone with a sword? No, there was white people that actively fought for slavery to be abolished. But let's have some consistency with this. So we're saying white people did wrong, so all white people of every generation is guilty. Why are we not angry at the Germans? Even the Germans denying what them brothers did is anti-Semitic. I refuse. They are liable. What the fuck are we talking about? What are we talking about? Do you understand how stupid this is? Are we gonna hold every single brother in the Middle East for the melting pot that was ISIS? No, because we are individuals. You cannot blame a son for the father's crimes. Dumb. Fucking, I hate idiots.
All of the people that think that they're not a part of it, that don't contribute.
This is a white woman that wants to be. Oh my god, I'm an ally. Pick me. Shut the fuck up.
You are much bigger contributors.
What's this?
There's 3 non-physical reasons why
Of course, we have to reiterate non-physical.
women are better than men. More intelligent!
Just look at this creature before we begin.
More
More intelligent. False.
emotionally intelligent!
That doesn't exist.
Everything, just everything I
Look at this creature. Just look at the behavior.
Hey, man! I'm a lesbian.
Stay on that gay side. Stay there. We don't want you over here, Ogre.
I support you.
I support you. I support you. And this is why women will never prosper. Game's game. What's this?
When people watch The Hate You Give, what do you want them to walk away with? Because I know everyone has a slightly different feeling.
Well, I mean, white people crying actually was the goal.
This is my whole problem with you telling mixed people that they're black, okay? Let's go back to the time where we told mixed race people, you're a mixed race person, you're not black, ma'am, you're half black, and you're also half white. Because a lot of mixed race people like to deny their white side and just say, I'm black. You're not. Let's just look, let's see her father real quick. This is her dad. I'll leave it with you. What's this?
And they are able to radicalize and target and exploit a generation of young boys, in particular, away from healthy masculinity and into an insecure masculinity that requires the domination of others who are poorer, browner.
I always find it funny when women love to tell other people what masculinity is toxic and what's healthy. Ma'am, this is why no liberals are voting for these people. We can't confirm. I mean, no men are voting for the liberals. We can't confirm. Or the Democrats, because you speak to them, they're mentally retarded. Okay? No one's falling for this. Let's be realistic now. Okay? No one is. You need to listen and stop going towards what you want and listen to me. I know what you want. Shut the fuck up.
Darker or a different gender than them. And that is why they are resonating online, because they are appealing to the most basest and worst parts of human nature to divide. And
so instead of, okay, you know, I'm not even going to argue with her, because this is the whole thing with the liberals, right? They want to promote degeneracy and promote everything on the backs of white men. They hate white men and they will never lead. White men at the bottom of the barrel, anyone above that, we can accept to a certain extent. All right, what's this?
How queer was Jesus? He was an observant Jew, but he was 30 years old, no wife, no job, hung out with 12 other dudes. That's pretty queer. Queering the Bible takes Jesus and other outsiders and religiously stigmatized folks in the past and juxtaposes them with contemporary queer folks and Christians.
When are we going to start? The thing is, right, I think even progressives can admit this is fucked. I think we can all admit this. I don't understand how anyone can argue this is okay. I'm not even Christian, and I can admit this fucking blasphemy needs to stop. You can be gay. Why do you want to force it on religion? Jesus never ever condoned this type of activity, and you know this. Bro, man, am I begging for like a Sodom and Gomorrah part 2 to drop down? What are we doing here? Bro, what's this?
Began as a slave. That's not what God put you here for.
If you know anything about the history of slavery, that's the first thing that they did. They beat your history and your native tongue out of you. And what's amazing about America, even the state of Texas, the school board is now expunging slavery out of the books, so they won't have to be held accountable for what they did.
It's going to be difficult for people to prove intellectual inferiority. That's why even in our textbooks in school, they don't teach our children about black inventions, because even greater than our African history.
The only thing the Europeans invented was the patent office. You see what I will never understand about this? Why are we acting as though the Europeans weren't more technologically advanced? Let's think about this logically. If the Europeans weren't more technologically advanced, could they have gone to Australia and done what they did? Could they have gone to New Zealand and done what they did? Could they have gone to America and done what they did? And could they have gone to Africa and taken... You know what I'm saying? Let's think about this logically. They were more advanced technologically, of course. No one's saying they're genetically anything. But we can admit they were more technologically advanced. I don't understand why these people are trying to fight this. And let's make something abundantly clear. They were not the first to do it, but they were the first to outlaw it. Let's just make that abundantly clear. The Arabs continued to do it until what, the early 1900s? And back to the beating their language out of them. You see what it is, right? At least the Americans had their own culture to a certain extent. The black Americans, they had their own culture to a certain extent. The Brazilians absolutely got taken. Brazilians don't even know where the Brazilians believe they're from there now. Are we forgetting that they weren't native there? The Brazilians got absolutely absorbed.
Are our American inventions. Because from nowhere, you...
What is this?
Should the UK be predominantly white?
No, why would we be predominantly white?
See, this is delusion. What's wrong with... Okay, 1 second. First of all, she got pinky. I'm not taking it seriously.
So-called white people were taught to be...
No, but this is my whole thing, right? What's wrong with the UK being predominantly white? I'm from the UK. I don't understand what the problem with wanting your English country to be English. I'm not English. I'm British, but I'm not English. It's this, right? If a bunch of white people move to Somalia, I would want it to be majority Somalian. I wouldn't want it to be majority. Are you crazy? Because that's their country. Same way as this country. This is their country. People think because it's the West is different. Man, them still bring up any country that white people have moved to and moved to the end of the world. I swear they were complaining about Peru. They were complaining about Puerto Rico. They're saying that they're going there for tax reasons. What's this?
Offended by minorities talking about their lived experiences, you're the problem. If you're offended by women saying they're afraid of men, you're the problem.
1 second. If you're offended by what?
Offended by minorities talking about...
Why can't we say if anyone's offended by anyone talking about their problems? Why do they have to be specifically minorities?
Their lived experiences, you're the problem. If you're offended by women saying they're afraid of...
That's retarded.
Men, you're the problem. If you're immediately reprimanding instead of listening and understanding, if you're offended by people's lived experience...
This is what I mean by this new ideology of facts over feelings. You can't be offended, is how I feel. How you feel, we're allowed to say how you feel is retarded and nonsensical. If we say how you feel is wrong and not based in reality, we're allowed to say that. It has nothing to do with anything. How you feel is not reality. I'm sorry to blame it to you, transgenders.
You're the problem.
She's actually not, she's not 100%.
People were missing the point of my last video. Donald Trump raped little kids.
No, he didn't. My whole thing is, what's the angle with these type of videos? Do they think people are gonna be, oh my gosh, you woke me up, and I'm gonna vote for you now? No, this is retarded.
Donald Trump, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what good he could possibly offer this fucking country. At the end of the day, Donald Trump is a pedophile.
Wrong. But this is my whole thing, right? You need to I think we also underestimate the power of the vacuum that happens after you lose religion. These people came to the religion of LGBTQ now. They will never ever stray away from the plan. It's a tribal mentality. No question. You can't question it.
He raped little kids.
False.
He raped young children.
False.
They had their teeth removed.
What?
They had the teeth of those kids removed so they couldn't bite them. The shit that is in those Epstein files is unfathomable. It is just so horrific, I can't even fucking say it. Because I'll get banned.
Can we just bring back mental institutions? Please and please and please, we need to bring back mental institutions. Please. Or just slap all of these women and liberal. Just slap all of them, bro. And it's mostly men, that's the problem. Just slap them all on the island. Just leave them there.
Donald Trump is not and never will be and never has been fit to be president.
That's false.
He can't even run a business, and you expect him to...
Are we thinking about the same guy?
Run a country? Does anybody remember all the bankruptcies he went through?
And he came back. He flipped it. What are we? He was $6 billion in debt and he came back. What are we talking about? But that was because of the crash.
Donald Trump is a pedophile.
I feel like they think if they say it enough, it will become reality. This is retarded.
Parts of sub-Saharan Africa is under 75, which is considered mentally disabled. East Asians have measurably a higher average IQ than Europeans.
I don't believe
and
that.
They're less criminal and they're more prosperous.
So you're saying Asians are smarter than us?
Yes, on average. Yeah.
Every Japanese person I've met or Korean seems really smart.
I don't think
I've met some Chinese people.
I think their culture just promotes it. Because they know if I don't study, it's GG's. I'm a failure. My parents will, you know what I'm saying?
People where it's really, I feel they're fudging the numbers on that one, to be honest.
As far as most experts are concerned, all of these IQ numbers are fudged. Here's a bit more about that from somebody who knows his shit, because I feel it's worth it.
These tests were made for the purpose of figuring out who's going to do well in school.
I knew it. I knew it. What's this? Another septum theory?
And I have to go to work.
I'm a black woman in America scared for my life.
Apart and I have to get up and fucking go to work. The world is falling apart.
The world is falling apart.
I have to go to work.
Sorry, one second. What do you mean the world's falling apart? How's the world falling apart, man? Did I miss the update? Did something happen today? You fought for this right, okay? Nobody forced you guys to go to work. You man were chilling in the cribs, though. Suffragettes got you man gassed up. You chose this.
Right? I'm a black woman in America.
You're a boss, babe. You got this. Don't listen to them. Follow the plan.
America's scared for my life, but I have to get up and go to work.
Care for your life. Sorry?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I'm not seeing a tear. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I don't see one tear. I just hear a whole lot of hooting and hollering.
But I gotta go to work. Everything's falling apart.
Nothing's falling apart. Get to work, bitch.